Steve West. He's a DCTV board member and host of WKVT's Live and Local, is on Wall Street as we speak. And in just a matter of moments, I'm going to get him on and using our, some would say satellite van, but in this case it's really just cell phone, Skype, and maybe a little duct tape and chewing gum is what's going to beam us in. Let's see if we can get him on the line. Steve, talk away.
All right, excellent. I could go on and on about my own political feelings about all this, but what's really occurring here is a phenomenon like nothing I've ever seen. This is not really about politics. This is not really about particular slants or particular angles. It's a lot of people who want good things, who are being very positive. Aren't you being positive? Who are being very helpful, helping children. The message coming out of here is one of affirming, of positivity, of ways that we can be in this world rather than ways that we haven't been. And I have to say, I'm coming down here as I had hoped I would be. I've been really, really swept away by it and really very moved by it. So I'm thrilled to be here and happy to be showing you some of it. I hope you can make out some of it because it's a pretty wild scene. I mean, literally thousands of people here, and many of which just marched out of the square and are going up somewhere. God knows, I hope they don't get arrested, but I'm kind of not supposed to do that, you know? But that's what's happening, and it's really a very wonderful thing. And as I said, to stress this is not about the lunatic fringe, although there's a few of those, and this is not about, in any form, about conflict, one after another, each person helping other people. This is a different paradigm, and this is what people are trying to assert, that there are ways of doing the world in a wholly better way that affirms and accounts for each of us and treats each other with respect. This is a microcosm of the world that I presume the people here, not all speaking in one voice, but a microcosm of what the world could be is people getting together, working with what they have in an organized, caring, and respectful way. So I could wax on and on about it, but God knows you got 15 minutes to do a show. But this is what's happening down here, and I am thrilled to be representing Vermont. I got my Brattleboro t-shirt on. I got my Vermont hat on. And people are thrilled to have Vermont in the house. And frankly, I've been hearing from a lot of people, there's been a lot of Vermont down here. Ran into a guy from Springfield earlier talking about, I think it was John Nierenberg. He met John Nierenberg down here. Caleb Clark and people from Marlborough College Grad School. It's been a lot of Vermont in the house, but there's people from everywhere. I know, Roland, you should ask me something if you want to. You just let me go. But I'll just wax philosophical about how awesome this is.
Well, yeah, Steve, before I let you go, we're chewing up your data plan here with our hacked-together duct tape chewing gum and cell phones remote broadcast satellite truck here. But I wanted to sort of maybe get your remarks on some of the energy down here and just how these people have kind of set up shop. There was an AP article today about how, that's really become almost a small city of its own, this protest with people, trying to actually sort of live out a daily life here and yet remain part of the protest. What is that like?
Well, I don't want to correct you, but people are being kind of clear on language and language choices. I don't think this is a protest. There certainly is a protest embedded in it, but this is a movement. And I think that's a fundamental difference. There are people who are very angry with Wall Street and very angry with the entire monetary system, no question. But what they have decided to do here is to supplant that with a different way of being. And honestly, I'm in the middle of low Manhattan, and I've never seen an accumulation of nicer people in one space, even in Vermont. The mood, the tone, the vibe, if you will, here is nothing but positive. And I think that's really what people are asserting. They're trying to say we can make a better world that doesn't require us being other. We can make a better world that we're all cared for. And so as much as protest matters in rejecting what has become the dominant paradigm, there's some people are coming forward, and I have to say, young people, young, smart, technologically savvy people are putting this together and driving it. Well, I'm too old to take any credit for this. There are way too many of us who screwed up this planet bad. And now there are young people here saying, you know what, we can do better than this. This is absurd. And so, again, not to correct, but I think what we're looking at is an affirmation rather than a negation. And I think that's a critical thing to say.